All right, welcome everyone to this explainer. Look, if you build software today, you already know how incredible the potential of AI is. But let's just be completely honest here. You also know the massive barrier to entry. The compute power, the API calls, the model hosting, it usually adds up to this terrifying bill that just keeps your amazing prototypes permanently stuck on your local machine. So, what if we could just bypass all those costs entirely while you're developing, like hooking right into enterprise grade models without ever even touching a credit card? Well, let's dive into exactly how to do that. Today, we're looking closely at Google Cloud's 2026 free tier toolset. This is, hands down, the ultimate developer sandbox. We're going to explore how you can take an AI app all the way from a super basic prototype right up to a production ready state without spending a single dime. To make this super actionable, we'll follow a clear builder's journey today. First, we'll cover coding and building with Gemini. Then, we'll dive into the sensory and language APIs. After that, we'll look at research and infrastructure, and finally, how you can maximize your free usage. Okay, let's jump straight into phase one, code and build with Gemini. This is really about the core brain and the building blocks of your app. Because every great application starts with the core intelligence driving its logic, right? And Google has made their flagship models incredibly accessible. Google AI Studio acts as this really fast path web environment where you can prototype and run prompts entirely for free in all available countries. Or, if you're someone who prefers living in the terminal, the Gemini CLI lets you hook those models directly into your shell scripts. You're getting up to 1,000 free requests per day just by using an authenticated Google account. Now, this next one perfectly illustrates where development is actually heading in 2026, Google Antigravity. It is not just a glorified auto-completion tool, it's an agent-first IDE. It's actually designed to coordinate multiple AI agents across your entire codebase, handling everything from front-end components to complex full-stack logic. And during its public preview, the individual plan is entirely free. We're talking unlimited tab completions and command requests, subject only to some basic fair use rate limits. But hey, if you already have a favorite IDE like VS Code or JetBrains, you don't even have to leave it. You can just plug in Gemini Code Assist for individuals at absolutely zero cost. You get the natural language chat, the debugging help, and real-time generation right where you already do your work. Seriously, no credit card required. Okay, get ready for this because this is the crucial point. 180,000. That is the staggering number of free code completions you get every single month with Gemini Code Assist. It's just a massive safety net that speeds up your entire development cycle immensely. All right, moving on to phase two. Sensory and language APIs. Because once you have the brain, it's time to give your app some senses. Let's give it eyes and ears. Google's monthly sensory limits are shockingly generous, especially when you compare them to competitors like AWS. You get 1,000 image detections and a full 60 minutes of audio transcription. But for me, the real jaw-dropper here, 1,000 free minutes of video intelligence analysis and 4 million characters of standard text-to-speech every single month. And the text processing is just as beefy. You're looking at 500,000 characters of free translation. Think about it. You could literally localize an entire indie game or batch translate heavy documentation without paying a single cent. Pair that with millions of characters of free natural language processing, and your app can effortlessly analyze user sentiment at total scale. Which brings us to phase three, research and infrastructure. We're talking knowledge and hosting now. Obviously, your app needs a deep well of knowledge to actually function as a smart assistant. So if you're building research-heavy tools, NotebookLM is going to be your absolute best friend. The free plan is gigantic. You get 100 separate notebooks, each one can hold 50 sources, and get this, each source can be 500,000 words. It's essentially a massive, totally free RAG backend for highly personalized knowledge. Oh, and it even includes this feature called Audio Overviews. It actually transforms your dense, uploaded PDFs or text documents into an engaging, conversational audio discussion. It's such an incredible way to review your app's source data effortlessly, like while you're away from the keyboard walking the dog. But to actually host this whole thing, you need core infrastructure. Well, every month, forever, Google gives you an E2 micro virtual machine to run your backend, plus 5 gigabytes of cloud storage for all your unstructured data. It's essentially an always-on server, keeping your prototype live on the web at absolutely zero cost. Finally, let's hit phase four, maximizing your free usage, or how to avoid the dreaded surprise bill. Look, we all know the developer horror stories, right? Accidentally leaving an API running and waking up to a massive cloud bill that basically bankrupts you. Let's make sure that absolutely does not happen to you. To stay safe, you just need to understand the difference between the free tier and the welcome credit. The Google Cloud free tier provides specific usage amounts, like those 1,000 Vision API requests we talked about, that reset every single month and never expire. The $300 welcome credit, on the other hand, is a one-time 90-day gift for new users. It just automatically kicks in to cover any usage that happens to exceed your recurring free tier limits.
So, to guarantee you maintain total control over your sandbox, just follow these 3 steps. First, regularly check your billing reports, right there in the Google Cloud Console. Second, and this one is absolutely crucial, set up budgets and alerts so you literally get an email long before you ever owe a cent. And third, monitor your quotas to ensure your app's traffic actually aligns with the monthly free tier limits we've outlined today.
So from unlimited code completions to a completely free backend server, the barrier to entry for AI has essentially just vanished. The tools to build incredible production-ready applications are sitting right there waiting for you. So my question to you is, now that budget is no longer an excuse, what are you going to build first?